what I want to talk to you guys about is the importance of cutting toxic friendships out of your life so you can build momentum. What's up, it's Gene, it's Word to be Great, and I'm here to help you to go feeling worthless to worthy so you can be more productive in your life. You know what? Lately, I've been talking to a lot of people. I do a lot of consults, and one thing I noticed that people talk about a lot is the fact that it's the friends they have in their life that are toxic, that they're having a hard time dealing with. And I am going to give you guys 4 things that I say to them that I do in my own life that I feel will help you if you're dealing with toxic people. Because here's the thing, if you got toxic friends and you're trying to build momentum, it's very hard to do because you're always dealing with somebody who's negative, who's probably coming at you weird or saying crazy stuff. And that right there can really keep you from building momentum. So here's the 4 things. 1, disrespect. I don't care how long you've known a person. The moment that disrespect pops up in any form, that friendship about to be over. Now, I do believe in trying to, show a little mercy to people, trying to warn them and say, hey, don't come at me about this thing. This is a boundary. Stop disrespecting me like that. But if you tell that person that, and that person still crossed that boundary with disrespect, it's over. I do not believe that you can keep that person in your life, because when somebody gets to the point they feel they're so comfortable they can disrespect you in any form, you got to let that friendship go. And you know what I've discovered over the years? It's always the friends you do the most for. They get to the point they feel so comfortable they can disrespect you. Now, you have to understand something about friendship. Friendships are a privilege. It's a privilege for you to be in that person's life. It's a privilege for them to be in your life. Now, the moment that you don't see the friendship as a privilege on both sides, and one person value the other person more than that person value them, and the other person that don't value feel they can disrespect you, that friendship is over. And what I've learned over the years, and people that's known me for a long time know this about me, I have no problem cutting people off. I have no problem. One thing I've learned is that if you're a person of value, if you really put a lot of effort into your friendships and you try to help your friends, you encourage your friends, and they start disrespecting you, when you give them your absence, I promise you that gap is going to be huge. But you have to do that for you, because if you don't put yourself first and you tolerate disrespectful friends, toxic friends, you will not be able to build momentum in your life. If you like this video, I want to ask you to share this video. 2, you become the free therapist. I'm an empath. I'm the type of guy, I can really, understand people. I really like to speak from the heart. I listen to people. And what I discovered over the years is that people will take advantage of that. Now, as a lot of you guys know, I'm a coach. So I coach a lot of people. I love coaching. I've been doing coaching over a decade. And I have friends that know I'm a coach. They don't invest in me as a coach. What they do instead is, despite knowing all the stuff I do, they don't support it. They don't invest in coaching. What they do instead is they want me to listen to their problems. They want to complain. They want to talk about how their life falling apart. And they expect me to be the free therapist. Now, a lot of that is my fault, because in the past, I would tolerate that. But lately, I've become very good at stopping that. As a matter of fact, I'm about to have a conversation with two friends now. And they're not going to like the conversation I'm about to have. But I'm about to let them know I'm not your therapist. You need to go to therapy, get the help you need. I did it. I went to therapy. I am not a therapist. I am a coach. I coach people in productivity. Your issues are something you need to deal with as an adult. That's not my responsibility. Now, you guys have to understand this. If your friends are treating you like a free therapist, they only call you when there's a crisis. Other than that, you don't hear from them. They only call you when, the world is falling down. And other than that, you don't hear nothing from them at all. You have to put a stop to that, because you would never become You'll never live your dreams. You never reach your goals. You never build momentum in your life because you're being a free therapist for a bunch of toxic friends. And you got to let them go, man. Listen, they can't invest in going to therapy, invest in their own issues, or you try to help them find solutions, and they are still talking about the same stuff. You know why they're doing it? They don't want a solution. You know why? They love the attention of talking about the problem. And you will never be able to grow as a person if you don't take the initiative to work on your issues. Now, I'm not saying that you don't listen to your friends when they're going through stuff. I do. But there has to be a boundary set. Now, what I do with people, if you talk to me about a problem, next time you need to be talking about a solution. If you ain't talking about a solution, we ain't talking about the problem no more. And today, well, the issues I'm going to have to deal with a couple friends, I'm about to let them know because they be bringing their problems to me a little bit too much. And it's not fair to my clients who I coach on their productivity. It's not fair for myself that they invest in me to talk to me about their productivity issues while I'm going to spend several hours with a friend who don't invest with me and listen to their problems when I'm not a therapist anyway. So I can't even do that. So if you're allowing yourself to be the free therapist, stop. Let's see what else I got ready. The third thing, one-sided friendships. Oh, this is the worst. I'm a giver. I love giving, but I also like receiving as well. I have to learn to love to receive because when you grow up with a positive mentality, you get used to giving. And here's the problem with that. One-sided friendships is a friendship with a taker. You're a person, you steady giving. You giving advice, you giving wisdom, you giving money, you giving time. They give nothing. They take. And you know what happens? You become drained. You become resentful. You become frustrated. That person comes to you for advice, you can never go to them for advice. They come to you when they're having a hard time, you can't go to them when you're having a hard time. They are takers, and they will use you as long as you tolerate it. The greatest word I've learned to say that has had the most impact in my life and has pissed a lot of people off is no. Now, I have different versions of saying it. More aggressively. But the first one was just no. But then the other one was hell no, and the last one was I put that F on it. You might have to sometime. But you have to understand, people that take from you and never give, you got to let them go. You can't build momentum like that. You know, when I started getting one-sided friendships, I've gotten a lot out of my life lately. When I started eliminating one-sided friendships, you know what happened? My momentum went up. I'm in the gym more. I'm getting more steps in. I'm making more videos. I'm getting more coaching clients. And the reason this happens is because I got rid of them one-sided friendships. You don't realize how much those type of friendships drain you until you sit back thinking to yourself, like, damn, every time I'm around this person, it seems like they getting all the benefit. I'm getting no benefit from this friendship. It's one-sided. You can discuss this with that person, but it's probably not going to help because once somebody's used to taking like that, trying to get them to change is almost impossible. So if you want to build momentum, you got to get rid of those toxic friendships. And one of those that you must is one-sided friendships. All right, the last one is you don't have shared values. Listen, I don't judge people. You do what you do. But I am not a gambling man. I do not like gambling. You know, I know around the country now, sports gambling and all this stuff has been very popular. And I have people that's in my life, were in my life, that start gambling a lot. And you know, one thing about I've learned about gambling, because in the past I had a friend, he gambled so much that he got in so much debt that he started taking money from friends off a fake fund that he said he had and all this. And he took all that money and went to the casino and tried to make all the money back he lost gambling. And it just destroyed his life, destroyed his relationships. I didn't fall for it. He asked me for $5,000. I said, nah, bro. Nah, you gamble too much. And you never lose gambling. That something ain't right. That tells me you losing everything. And he did. You know, so if people don't have shared values with me, if it's something they want to do that I don't mess with, I'm not going to do it. You know, and gambling is one of those things that I fear because that is an addiction that when a lot of people become so, involved with gambling, they're so high on dopamine. They having this quick money. What they don't realize is all money is not good money. The habit of gambling that is attached to that eventually will destroy them. It will destroy their relationships. It will destroy everything. So I have friends we don't have shared values in that. So I just moved on from because I see it as a toxic relationship because they're bringing something that's toxic that can have a major detriment to my life. So these are the 4 things I want to talk to you about. If you're trying to build momentum towards your dreams and you got friends that are not supporting you or you got toxic friendships, because if you want to build real momentum that's going to allow you to realize your goals and dreams, you have to get rid of those toxic friendships so you can build that momentum in your life because you are worthy to be great. If you're having a hard time getting rid of those toxic friendships in your life that are keeping you from building momentum, I want to ask you to put P in the comment section for productivity or send me a DM, and I would like to set up a 60-minute free consultation about my Word to Be Great productivity coaching program. And we will discuss the issues that you're having that's making it hard for you to break away from those toxic friendships. And we will also put together a quick system, a simple system you can do on that day that will help you to do so.